Pickaxe.
Hello and welcome back to another exciting episode of No Quest for the Wicked. Gentlemen, I have two questions for you.
I'm
First,
Niall.
Are you... Nobody cares who you are.
All right, great start. Let's do this. Boom,
Perfect.
boom, boom.
Excellent. Are you ready to rock?
He's
Yes. I'm
Fantastic.
Ryan. I'm
Are you ready to
rock.
roll?
I'm ready to roll, man.
Perfect.
Yeah, that's Niall. He's ready to roll.
Before you guys aren't Niall and Ryan here.
Shit.
You have to enter into the mind space. You're Vlynnigan and Flitwick. There you go. There you go. A little recap before we get started. You guys got a lot done last episode. You made a significant amount of progress.
I want to put that on a plaque. I feel like we've been sold short for a while. I feel like put that on the plaque. We got things done and we made progress. Can you say we're professional as well?
But honestly, have we? We've got like 6 things happening at the same time. We've done a little bit in all 6.
So
that's what I mean. The little chipping away at everything. You have been hired by multiple people to solve some things. Your main objective currently is to figure out a way to get into the ley lines below Lionel Sterling's home in order to find the piece of the jewel orrery, which contains the orb that you saw sort of at the center of the destruction of Durasancta in your vision. But in order to do that, you've been also hired by Lionel Sterling to look into the firing and what he believes is the framing of his friend, Dinesta Sol, who is the leader of Durasancta.
Okay, 3 layers.
She was caught stealing and embezzling, and all the evidence seems to point that she did it, but he is suspicious of that and would like to either get confirmation that she did do it or prove that she didn't. Either way, he is looking for a sort of like final third-party opinion as to what happened.
We have done nothing for that one, by the way. Absolutely not a thing. Not even an idea how to go about that one. Okay.
You also were approached by Lionel Sterling's daughter, Cleo, when she declared that her brother Julian, who is the owner and operator of the upcoming nightclub, The Noise Cave, is going to kill everybody. And when she showed you a video of him purchasing what looked like a significant amount of explosive devices from the copper cutlasses. Yeah.
They could be like lights.
It's definitely like sparklers or like confetti.
Yeah.
Look at Dane's face. Look at that shit-eating grin.
You were able to get a phone, his old phone, hack into it, confirm that the delivery was his, and that he has been coordinating with 4 people known as Drago, Strega, Bosch, and Paul.
That's what those names are. Thank you for... I just had them written on a random page.
No, there are also more football players that you train.
There you go.
He has been coordinating with them for some reason. You're not entirely sure, but they were hanging around the docks a couple days ago as well. And you met Des, who is the Estrella engineer, freelance engineer, and her mysterious weird brother who kind of like lives as
in her nano hands.
Yeah, in her nano hands. She was able to unlock the phone for you, and then you met up with the Jackal to sort of get a little bit more information. He doesn't know specifically about the shipment, but he has agreed to try to suss out. He thinks that a man named Carlos was the one in the video, and he is going to attempt to locate or get a little bit more information out of Carlos. But before any of that could come to pass, you heard a siren and commotion outside of the settlement. And when you went to investigate with Jackal, you saw that the large bat creature has burned into the side of the hill that surrounds the settlement. Give girl or die. And that is where you are. You're currently standing on the rooftop on the edge of the settlement, looking down at this commotion. There's a number of civilians and guards kind of gathered around to see what's going on. And there are a few Estrella personnel as well. There's someone in one of those like flying single-seater motorcycle helicopter things with a light shining down on the message.
And it's very clearly spelt out in that green bat goo. Like, we didn't see the bat, but we do see the green bat goo.
The bat is there.
The bat is there.
The bat is on the hill, yes. And you can tell that, like, just by the way it's sizzling and you've seen and have come in contact with this green slime that it uses, you can tell even from a distance that is most likely what it has used to burn this message into the hillside.
And it's give girl, 2 words.
Give girl or die.
Or die.
Well, Vlyn, good news, bad news situation. Which one would you like first?
Vlyn starts running towards the bat.
Oh, I jump on Vlyn. Vlyn!
Get me go! He's right there! Let me...
Give me an attack roll to see if you can grapple Vlyn.
It's a nat 20.
Damn. Vlyn, as you are about to jump off this roof, what do you do, Flit?
I feel like I'm wiry and I'm long and I'm acrobatic, so I feel like I jump, I grab him by the waist, but then I just like wrap my legs and arms around his legs, almost like a backpack, but I'm a backpack just on his like legs. I'm like, no, just listen to me.
He's right there.
But look, everybody's here. Everybody can handle it if this is the case, but just listen, okay? It can speak. It can fucking spell. It knows our language. It can spell things. This isn't just an animal. Vlyn, would you stop? 1 second. Give me 1 second, okay?
All right.
It can communicate.
I start to go again.
I jump on him again. No! It can communicate, which means many things. 1, it's smart. It's intelligent. It's not just a creature like you were speaking about. You said it killed for no reason. Well, this means a few things. 1, it's not just an animal. It's not just being cruel. It has intent. 2, good news. The guy who died was a dick. As I said, it did something. It took something. It took someone. It might not be in the wrong. And regardless, it's big and scary.
It's in the wrong. There's no justifying its actions. It's in the wrong.
If someone took your child, would you deliver violence upon them? You don't know what's going on, and this thing is big and scary.
Touché.
If you run out there, I think it's just going to claw you to death. Is anyone like moving towards it?
You can see that this is a sort of defensive position. You know from Lacey that they have tried to go after this thing before, and it has gone bad every time.
Yeah.
So it seems like the Estrella is holding perimeter. A few more of those flying helicopters or motorcycles have come up. So there's maybe like 3 or 4 of them hovering above the walls, even just like there's one above you now. And then the sort of like ground patrol, there are people like holding the main entrance. There's like the southern gate. They're like pushing civilians back, and they're holding a defensive line as opposed to like rushing it, because that has never worked for them.
Are you telling me this changes nothing? This new information, this message, this act, this isn't the act of a beast, Vlyn?
Yeah, it's worse.
Or better.
It's not better. Flit. Innocent people are dead. It's
maybe they're not innocent. They took something.
That is the only justifiable reason, is that there's a little bat creature being held somewhere, and it just wants its own kin back. If that's the case, I can get that.
Maybe we give it a time. We give it time because 1, it's scary. 2, something weird's going on. We know it was by the docks and we weren't informed. We know these men were clustered elusively. Nothing adds up. If you want to go punch this thing, I'll come with you. You know that.
Yeah. I don't know. Flit, I think this whole time we've been worried that we've been trying to follow 6 different cases at the same time. But my gut is starting to tell me that some of this might be more related than not. But I don't know how. And I don't know.
You think the girl he mentions is Dinestra? And he wants Dinestra back in charge?
No, I don't. A lot of things are in motion right now, right? So we have to think about what's the benefit of getting Dinestra out of power. Why is this nightclub happening at the same time? The threat of killing people. Like, it seems like this settlement's having the craziest 2 days ever. And it just doesn't make any sense that everything would come off at the same time randomly. I know there's a lot going on here, and the fate of the universe is sort of in our hands, blah, blah, blah. But I think you're right. I think the simplest answer is that the girl is some kind of sister or daughter of this creature. Because if this thing is originally from this planet, then we haven't been here that long. Or it's someone came here and got cursed and became some kind of weird werebat, that's a possibility. And then that brings it to me like then the girl could be anybody. It could be infatuated. How are we supposed to, why would it say girl and not bat or daughter? Or I know those are harder words to spell.
It's not bad. It's just person. It's just normal.
I guess, but
You don't
I don't
say
know.
bring human or bring
Sheeran?
You just say bring my son. You don't say bring my Sheeran's son, I assume. Do you?
No.
Well, that's good. Now, on the bad side, it could well still be bat milk because girl.
God, if there's a bat being milked somewhere, I will have issues. I think we got to burn the whole place to the ground and start over.
Jackal says, let me tell you, if there is a small bat child being milked, I am with you. I will burn this place to the ground with you, and we will start over fresh.
Yeah.
Maybe we just should. Doris Sanctit's had a good run.
Well, it might just be the end of times is coming anyway, so I guess we have that to look forward to if that's what's
Jackal
happening.
looks at you and says, what?
It's a band. Look.
You gotta give me a bluff check. He's gonna roll sense motive, which he's very good at.
24.
I rolled a nat 1. So he says, oh, cool.
Yeah, you don't know end of times?
It's fine.
No,
whatever.
you'll have to
More
like send
important
me.
things, Jackal. Look, I don't think we're going to get anywhere if we go down into the fray. They don't give a shit who we are, even though they should, because I'm very important. I think what we need to do is we need to talk to the other 3 injured men. Maybe while all this is going down, we try to track them down because maybe they know something.
We have other things to focus on besides the bat.
I never thought I'd hear you say that, Vlyn.
I know, and I still have this rage in my body, but I have to be calm.
Yes.
You know, we have focus. We have a lot of lives to save. The mission comes first.
Vlyn, could you give me a will save, please?
Who? Me?
Yep, you.
Oh, I hate, this is my least favorite save, is the random will save. You know, will save. It's probably the worst one. Is it magic? I'm not mutated, so never mind. I don't have SR right now. That's good. That's a 17 on the dice plus 3 is 20.
Cool. As you're standing there looking at this bat, and you're talking about this rage that you feel from it, Flit and the Jackal both notice, and maybe even you notice, and that's what quells it. But you notice that the scars on your body from the lightning are beginning to flare up, and there's small crackles of energy inadvertently shooting off of you. But when you audibly say, I need to be calm, they kind of fade, the crackling energy stops, and you could feel sort of the storm starting to take hold, which is a fairly new sensation. You've been always in control of it. When you've needed to utilize this new power, you've been able to do that. This was the first time it had a mind of its own.
Yeah, sorry. A little flare-up.
Look,
okay.
Vlyn, I think I agree. I think we have a lot of things going on, but I may have a great idea. Everybody's here, which means maybe we could go talk to Dinestra in the prison.
You want to do a quick prison
chat?
visit?
We need to talk to her, and I was thinking, how could we go talk to her? Because people are going to be like, what are you doing? And they're all here looking at the big bad. So if we're quick.
Okay, let's do the logic of this statement. I don't think that's a bad idea. So from looking at what's happening, Dane, how much of Estrella is currently here?
There's a fairly large presence, but you know that they haven't left their base undefended, specifically not the prison. So there will still be personnel there.
I'm not saying they've left it, but I'm assuming less people, you know what I mean? Like a skeleton crew.
Yeah, there'll be a far less of a presence. And certainly prying eyes, I don't think less people will notice you even going in. Yeah. So it's whoever is working will know you were there. But the likelihood that you'll be spotted by civilians and excess guards and whatever, very low.
All right, that seems like a good use of our energy. Jackal, you'll get back to us hopefully tomorrow about the shipment and Carlos.
Yes, I will do my best to pressure Carlos. If he's being, difficult, then perhaps I arrange a inadvertent meeting with the two of you in our alley, and perhaps you could be a little bit more persuasive than I can with someone of my own outfit.
That works for us.
It will look poorly if I am the one roughing up my own guys, but if he happens to maybe get a tip from someone else that there's something that he should be in the alley for at a certain time, just swing by the alley, I would say maybe noon tomorrow, and I will have just look for the rose.
We will.
And if you need anything from me in the sort of interim, just leave me a note as well. And that will be our way of communicating for now.
What an efficient system. Much better than having your phone number.
Well, it's never a great idea to sort of be able to track who's talking to whom.
No, Jackal's right. Like, this is the wild, wild west. We don't know if we're protected by privacy laws from big corporations out here or not, so it's better to be safe.
Just thinking of this as well, that statement, can you, both of you, give me a culture check?
I'm rolling great. I shouldn't say that. 26.
25. We're both rolling too well.
Hell yeah. So based on your time that you've worked with Lacey, you've been working as sort of like these de facto private investigators. One of the things you really need, like you've gathered and now know, is Estrella has no official like incarceration jurisdiction. They're there as a private security firm. They don't hold anyone. So the prison itself is run by the Federation of Councils and the people who are operating the settlement. So Estrella can put people sort of like under arrest and they can detain them, but they are never held by Estrella. That would be a severe like
overreach.
Violation of whoever is on this planet's rights under the Federation of Councils. So when a crime is committed and Estrella is the one who apprehends it, they are immediately turned over to operations, the guards put in place by the Federation and by the council who runs Dura Sancta. So you know that like there may be a presence of Estrella at the prison, but it is run by the council.
It's also probably pretty small. Like this hasn't been a lot of crime. Like it's not like a fortress. It's probably just like a room.
Exactly. Like there isn't a maximum security prison here.
Yeah.
This is if someone were to do that, they would probably be shipped off world pretty fucking quickly.
I'm assuming like sheriff's office in the Wild West, like 2-room kind of like
a little
situation.
bit more sophisticated than that, but like similar idea, right? Like there are holding cells.
There isn't space sheriff. Come on, man.
Yeah, exactly.
Like most likely, Dinestra Sol is going to be like the next opportunity to sort of like get someone off planet. She's going to be on a shuttle going to probably Therum for court for trial and then placed at a prison somewhere else. This is not a place where like if someone commits a crime, they're going to be interned here for a long period of time.
Which is all like, again, if it was a prison, I think it would be a lot harder for us to get this done.
Yeah.
So, on that note, when we get there, I'm hoping best case scenario would be she has a room with some bars and a little window and we can just stand outside and talk through it. That's what I'm hoping for.
That is not the case. Unfortunately, magic exists in this world and
they could be magic bars that won't let her get through.
Far too easy to exploit. Jackal helps you sort of like traverse more or less unseen across the rooftops again, using that sort of spiral of magic to create boards and planks and bridges and stuff, and then a small little sort of like sloped slide to get off the rooftop once you arrive at the sort of like prison headquarters. Once again, this is in the sort of downtown core where all the municipal buildings are. And Jackal looks at you and says, "All right, I will be in contact tomorrow. Best of luck in your interrogation
and in yours,
and hopefully the bat doesn't get any worse.
We can always hope the bat doesn't get any worse."
And you can see like a couple more of those motorcycles sort of like fly overhead to bolster the defensive line. You go into the sort of like prison holding facility.
Before we go in, I just want to be like, so Vlyn, what's our play here? Can we can't say who we're working for.
No.
But are we not allowed to say we're working it? Because I just don't want to put my foot in my mouth.
Yeah. We can say we're journalists.
I guess, yes.
Well, I'm trying to think of what is like the
Homeowners Association.
I will tell you now, just so we are clear. If you are lying about who you are, you will need to do bluff checks.
Homeowners Association, or just investigators. Maybe we're just investigators and we need to talk to her because of a case. We don't have to say what case.
Yep.
Maybe we'll say it's to do with the bat. It could be to do with the bat. You just said you thought that, so it's not a lie, Dane.
Well, it did. They just said, give us girl. What if we think Dinestra's the girl? Maybe she's working cahoots with the bats.
She's
Bat
also
cahoots.
been in charge, so maybe she just knows stuff. Okay, bat angle?
Hey, I think everything for the next little bit will have a little bit of a bat angle. So
Exactly. All right, we walk in.
As you do, you see that there is a Yosoki sitting at the front desk. I realize I never really explained races and species, so I'm going to try to start do that. Yosoki are little rat people. They're little rat folks. This one has a fairly like well-maintained coat, very shiny, ears sort of like no chips or knocks out of it, which is also sort of a pretty rare occurrence, especially in sort of a rough and tumble career. He's got these big, wide whiskers that seem to be kind of like well-groomed as well. They seem to be maybe even cosmetically enlarged through extensions or something. Big, bright eyes with a clean pressed town guard uniform, which is a lot more drab than the Estrella. It is just sort of a like pressed khaki brown basic, almost like military uniform, with no real flourishes other than the sigil of the Federation of Councils on it. And he is sitting sort of like bright and alert, sitting at the desk. And when he sees you come in, he straightens up a little more and just says, "Hello, gentlemen. How can I help you?"
Hello. What's your name, sir?
Damn it.
you know we're gonna ask.
I know. I never think about it.
You gave this man a beautiful set of whiskers and didn't give him a name? That's crazy.
I know. I'm sorry.
Crazy behavior.
He looks at you and he says, "I am Special Constable Burroughs."
Hell yeah. While I'm walking over, you'd hear like boom, doo, doo, just really low as my cool personal soundtrack starts to play. And it's also playing through Vlyn's as well, because I have the bonus that extends it to both of us. We are investigators, Vlyn and Flitwick, and we're here to talk to Dinestra. Saul, please.
I mean, look, guys, I appreciate the what you're doing, but visiting hours are long over. They're only during the day for a 2-hour period between 2 and 4.
We were hoping you'd be able to squeeze us in the light of new things that have happened. I don't know if you've heard the commotion outside, but we were actually, sorry, I should probably introduce ourselves further. We were the two that saved the 3 men the other day from the bat, and we've been trying to figure out more about this devastating and terrifying foe that seems to be plaguing the town. There's been a few new complications to the case, and we were just hoping we could talk to Dinestra quickly, and if that information is helpful, start to move on it as swiftly as possible. And roll diplomacy.
Yeah, you can see him sort of like he's directed his attention down to some of the terminals in front of him, and you can hear him like pressing some buttons, and is sort of like engrossed in some of the screens that he's looking at now.
29 diplomacy.
Yeah, he looks up and he says, "All right, well, you're correct in light of recent events. If you think that there is a tie between Dinestra and what this creature is looking for, then perhaps I can let you in, but it's got to be quick. And yes. I don't want hey, gentlemen, I don't want any funny business. I want you to stay 2 feet minimum away from the cell. We're a little short-staffed. I can't leave the front desk, but I will be watching you.
Of course.
I swear to God, we got magic sensors. We got cybernetic sensors.
No magic. 2 feet away.
Okay. Because if you violate any of these rules, if a single alarm goes off in there, you're going to be in the cell next door. You got it?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Make it quick. And he presses a button on his desk, and you hear like a bing as one of the doors to the left opens up.
Do we know, will he be listening as well?
You don't.
Would there be a way for me to figure that out?
I would say maybe a computers or an engineering, or you could ask him.
Now, we may be discussing delicate matters. Do we have the same privileges afforded to, say, a lawyer where we will not be audio recorded?
He shakes his head and he says, "No, we monitor all communications with prisoners."
Okay, well, that's fine. Okay.
Yeah, and he kind of like gestures over to the open door and taps his watch.
Thank you, Burroughs.
I'm going to telepathy into Flit's head. I'm going to say probably best not to directly mention who is paying us to investigate this. Keep it vague in those regards and just try to establish the basics here.
Flitwick
and
suddenly looks really annoyed.
and then we'll go from there. Tap foot once if agree.
Stomp my foot.
Cool.
Yeah, we walk in.
You know what? Hold on. Special Constable Burroughs is going to try to suss out this interaction you just had. Ooh. As you guys walk in, he says, "Oh yeah, just full transparency, we do have a telepathy to text translation installed."
Yes, I figured as much.
So you could tell that he probably doesn't know what happened out here, but if you use telepathy in this holding area, you know that it will be intercepted.
Yeah, for a community with little crime, they've really gone all out on these holding cells.
If you want, you can give me a culture check.
19?
17?
Oh, sorry. 21.
Yeah, so you know that after the Reckoning, which was the major event in which a lot of psychic connections were made between like everyday people, the Federation, specifically the Ministry of Defense, went through a like huge process of trying to future-proof any sort of government building or especially prisons to monitor psychic influence with prisoners in holding. So almost every prison, no matter what size or shape within the Federation, if it's a prison constructed through Federation funds, have all of these measures specifically to make sure that there is no psychic influence on like the everyday person.
Oh yeah.
So Flit, this is one of the things that my host is trying to fight. Is this whole crackdown on telepathy is a negative thing? It's very anti-Sheeran. It's very negative.
It makes sense. It's like,
what do you mean it makes sense?
Me, why can't they listen to you?
Oh God, you're one of them too, are you?
You should just be allowed to walk in here and do illegal things.
That's what we've been doing forever. It's how we
illegal
voice ourselves.
Things?
No, but sometimes Sheeran it takes a lot of training to be able to make your telepathy and thoughts separate, right? So sometimes you just, when you're thinking real big, you're just slip into it. So it's just like they're reading your mind for no reason, all right?
That's fair. I didn't know that.
You walk in and you see the cells are, as you kind of imagined, Flit, pretty bare bones. There is a small, tall enough to stand in little closet that seems to have a toilet and also doubles as a shower. It seems like the compartments kind of like are modular, so they have like their own sort of like bathing and bathroom area, but it's so fucking small. And then a cot that would be like, if it was a Vesk, would be probably too small in order to sleep on. Like any sort of like large or broad creature would have a difficult time sleeping on one of these beds. And then after that, there's just a small desk with like a built-in data pad that you can assume is probably for, reading or whatever, but it is like fixed into the desk itself. And all the corners, you also notice, are rounded. There's no like sharp corners in the room. And there's a shimmering light blue force field in front.
Dinestra?
She is sitting on the edge of her bed, just kind of like staring down. Her hair has been tied up into sort of a like rat's nest bun, and she snaps alert, looks over to you, and you can see sort of a moment of mental Rolodex flicking through, trying to figure out if she knows who you are in the way that you've seen people do all the time, Flit, when like you've ever attended a business conference or something with your father. That sort of moment of like, who do I know you? Where do I know you from? And it's like one of two things. It's one, they don't want to seem weak by not remembering you,
and how
two,
important are you?
They want to know how they can use the information they know about you to their advantage. You just see that happen, and then you see her come up kind of blank. She doesn't know who you are, and she says, I don't know what I can do for the two of you. And she goes back to sort of like staring at her feet. And she is a Lashunta. She has sort of like a pale blue skin. She's got this dark, like jet black hair that has strands of silver and gray. And she's got these very angular features, but she looks quite pleasant. Like she has a air of like nice resting bitch face is the best way I can put it. Like there is sort of
resting
this
nice face.
There's like a harshness to it, but like also there's an approachability from her as well.
Being a woman in politics, I know exactly what you mean. Yeah.
It's one of those things where it's like you can tell that like she's had to build up a facade, but also needs to like temper that in order to be sort of taken seriously.
Yeah, you still have to be such bullshit.
Yeah. You can see that is sort of a very practiced and manufactured outward depiction of herself, but you can see even here she's putting it on.
We have some questions for you.
We're party investigating on behalf of the people. We have some questions, just the basics, and we also have a couple
non-basic.
More non-basic. They're a little bit more out there.
The complex ones.
Yeah.
Did you embezzle?
Yeah, you see that she was like not interested until you said that you had some non-basic ones, at which point she lifts her head and stands and walks towards the force field to engage in you. And she puts her hands behind her back and she says, "No, I didn't embezzle anything."
It's a 9-cent motive.
Sorry. Let me be clear. I did.
Okay, well, job done, Vlyn.
But I didn't.
Okay, well, explain,
Can you
please.
clarify? Yeah.
The charges against me are correct. I did go to the bursar's office. I accessed the bursar's terminal, and I moved those funds without authorization to my personal account.
Okay.
Were you in control of your own facilities when that happened?
I do not recall doing that.
You don't also have a reason for that? And do you know where those funds now lie?
They were in my personal account.
So they were not sent on from there.
So the issue right now is that the other investigators don't believe that?
There is very little ways I can prove I was under mental influence, unless I was still under the influence, in which case then, yes, a divination or a detect magic would be able to recognize that. But unfortunately, the effect has not lasted, and I can't even tell you if it was magical in nature.
Yeah, well, you would imagine that in a post-reckoning system that people would give you more benefit of a doubt for these kinds of acts, and the funds you transferred were never used, correct? Or spent? They were recovered?
They were recovered, yes.
So why are you being persecuted like a pariah?
Just because someone was caught before they got to spend the money doesn't mean they didn't take the money, Vlyn.
I know, but once again, I just feel like in the current climate, I would feel like there would be more. The fact that that part hasn't gotten out there at all makes me...
I don't think it matters. It's stuff like this can be devastating to a small settlement like Dura Sancta. That's the thing. If this money goes missing, the city can crumble and people can die. It's not just grabbing a purse.
I think in another post-reckoning world, I think whoever's higher up doesn't want it getting out there that something like this can happen here.
Maybe.
It'd be super detrimental to the system, but I don't really have a reason to not believe you. So let's attack this in a way that let's say that's what happened. Do you have any idea of who would want you in this jail cell?
She sort of begins pacing back and forth the length away from you and then back towards you and away from you. And she says, "Unfortunately, my list of political adversaries is long. I've made a career of going after those that would very much like to see me not hold power. And if we're talking about specifics on Dura Sancta, then yes, I run, in my opinion, a very tight ship. And so people like the Copper Cutlasses, I allow them to do their business so long as it is not unsafe to the people of Dura Sancta. If a group of people want to, and I'm not, blind to their operations. I understand what they're doing. They're smugglers. But we're a town, a city, a settlement on the fringe of civilization. If people want to find creature comforts, I'm fine with that. Once we are established, once we have a foothold, then I will crack down. But for now, it seems like a bad fight to pick. So I allowed the copper cutlasses to operate within means, but they know that eventually I will come down on them. Perhaps they wish to see me removed before I got too much power.
The urgency doesn't seem to be there. Like, who benefits? Because let's not think about who hates you the most. Who benefits the most from your removal immediately?
Do we know who's taking over?
That is what I'm curious. As of right now, there is no replacement named for me. If I were to wager, that is currently going to be sent down from the council. They are, shall we say, not exactly people of immediate action. They mull it over, they're worried, they fear repercussions from different angles throughout the Federation. So I'm sure they have candidates, and I'm sure they are thoroughly investigating each one. As of right now, who's in charge, it has been turned over to a coalition of both the City Guard and Estrella executives.
The new club that's opening up, the Noise Cave?
Yes.
Did you have any say in what was happening there? Did anyone there you may have pissed off? Because everything there seems to happen very quickly, so I'm just trying to think what has happened since you've been detained.
Did they grease your wheels?
Or did they try to grease your wheels?
No, I mean, if anything, it was a shocking level of legitimacy. I'm close with the Sterlings, and I've known Julian for a very long time, and this is quite possibly the first time I've ever seen him file the correct paperwork and apply for the correct contracts and permits. He seems to be taking this quite seriously, which a little uncharacteristic, but I will say quite refreshing to see.
Do the names Drago, Strega, Bosch, or Paul mean anything to you?
Once again, you see sort of that like Rolodex go off in her brain as she sort of mulls those. She says, I'm sure I've met someone of those names at some point in time, but they don't really mean anything specific to me recently.
Even more importantly,
we're about to get into the
Casey.
complex. Oh, J. Casey, never
J.
mind.
Casey,
That was
the
not.
most important part.
I was about to get into the complex questions.
We'll get there, Vlyn.
She thinks and she says, I believe that was one of the people involved with the Noise Cave, but I as head of operations, I don't really deal with the minute details of the permits. That would be through the business council.
Okay.
But I did sign off on a lot of them, and that is a name that I recall seeing on some of the paperwork.
Okay, we're going to put our tinfoil hats on for a second here.
As someone who his whole case is nothing but tinfoil hats, I would appreciate that.
Are you milking the bat?
Are you milking is there a secret bat milking ring?
She stares so blankly at you and says, well, maybe we could take off the tinfoil hat if that's the way it's going to go.
Sense motive 21.
She has no idea what the fuck you're talking about.
Okay, let's take it back a second, Dinesh. The bat, you know the bat?
Yes, I'm aware of the bat.
Have you dealt with the bat?
She says, yes, I'm aware of the bat. If I'm being honest, it is one of the largest security concerns that is currently threatening Dura Sancta. We have been working with some of the agencies here, Estrella, obviously, for security purposes, but also the creature exhibits strange properties. So I have been working with and we have been contracting out studies through an organization or a business known as the Mobile Network Biotechnologies, or MNB.
And the study, are they on planet?
Yes, they have a field office here. They were one of the original corporations that bought into Dura Sancta.
Did they take its young?
She says if they did, it wasn't with permission from us, and certainly we've been given no indication that that's the case. And I would be surprised, considering the mission statement and ethics of MNB.
And you trust everyone at MNB? There's no one there who ever gave you trouble or you gave trouble to?
She shrugs and says, I couldn't name every individual employee. I can't vouch for the ethics of the individual, but I know that the corporation itself believes very strongly in ethical science.
Well, they all say that.
They make a strong concerted effort. For example, when we first arrived and we learned of Shapeslate, it would have been very easy to strip mine that out and use it to our advantage. They were one of the main groups who wished to preserve the natural resource. Same thing as the local wildlife. They have made a concerted effort to protect the biodiversity of their habitats. So it would be strange if all of a sudden they were willing to fight for as hard and as long as they did, and then immediately go against that the second they realized they could perhaps milk something.
Okay. I will say one thing about you, Dinestra, is that you are very polite. You have been nothing but mild and polite during this whole conversation. Your future is on the line. There's got to be someone in the pit of your gut that you think did this to you. You don't need reasoning. You don't need any explanation. There's got to be something eating away at you that you noticed or felt in the days before this happened. Put the politics aside. You're not a politician anymore. You can turn that switch off for a second. Who do you want us to look at?
She almost takes that as permission. You see the shoulders slump forward a bit, the neck lean forward. You see almost a full shift of body weight, and she sighs with a level of exhaustion that she's probably been carrying for decades. And she looks up at you and she says, if I had to guess, not something I'm proud of saying, but probably Lionel Sterling. Hello, Space Jam Dane. To do the things very quickly. First and foremost, we hope you're enjoying this week's episode. Second, I just wanted to take a quick second, and I realize I've been pretty lax with thanking and crediting the people who have given us names for some of our main characters this season. I know I was doing it sort of like as I introduced them. I just want to take a second and go back and thank people for contributing names and make sure that everyone's getting credit and praise heaped upon them. Last episode, we met Des, or Desdemona, who was named by Dixon. Also, bonus, Dante was her brother's name, which was another name suggested for another character that I didn't end up going with, but I still liked it and wanted to use it, which was suggested by Kurtiber. I still have no idea if I'm saying that name correctly. Just going through some of the other ones, Jackal was named by Utani. Darwin Glass was another Kurtiber home run knockout of the park. Oswald Dwayne is our friend of the show, Drew. And then we got the fine folks over at Australia and Nynx who have been doing a ton of great work. So I just wanted to shout out those individuals who have been working in the factions as well. Estrella is brought to you by the fine folks from Brain to Keyboard, Nitlin and Phil and Drew. Nynx's coffee shop is Infreak, Jeff, Phil, and Zedele. And it's only been mentioned a few times, but it is there, and the fine folks are working hard behind the scenes as well. The Mobile Network Biotechnologies. And you're looking at the team of Carson, Justice Girl, Try and Go, Zed-Ice. We just wanted to say a big thank you to the wonderful community who's been helping make Frontiers a collaborative show. Y'all are awesome. We really appreciate you. If you want to get involved in the show, head on over to our Discord. You can get there by going to noquestcast.com, click the Discord link. You'll be brought in. You can suggest names. You can suggest factions. You can suggest events to be added onto our random event table. There's a lot of ways to get involved into Frontiers, and we would love for you to do so. It's a great way to feel like you're part of the world, and which is sort of the point of this season. And it's also just a really fun way to stretch the creative muscles. And finally, there's a brand new episode of Grey Watch over on our Patreon, which is our Patreon exclusive full video actual play of Monster of the Week. Niall is doing a great job running the show. Ryan and I are players. If you're not too sure what Monster of the Week is, it's exactly what it sounds like. It's a TTRPG that's kind of based off the idea and format of things like Buffy or Supernatural, in which we are hunters, hunting monsters, keeping our small, sad, rainy town safe. It's a lot of fun. There are already 3 episodes out, I believe, with this adventure coming to a close this month. And I believe Niall is cooking up a special Christmas episode for next month as well. So you can head on over to patreon.com/noquestcast to help support the show, or you can head over to noquestcast.com, click the Patreon link. Any and all support helps, even if you're just joining as a free member. And that's going to do it for this week, friends. Thank you very much. We will see you next week for the finale of our Mork Souls miniseries, and then in 2 weeks' time for your regular scheduled No Quest content. In the meantime, please be safe and be kind.
It's funny, that was one of my first thoughts as well. But then he never took over when you left, so I thought you said earlier you were close with him.
Many people have been.
Did anything change in recent days, or was it...
No, in fact, I invited him here. I thought, I know he is growing tired of the circus that is private corporations. I know the mundane life of boardrooms and CEOs and CFOs and COOs is wearing him down a little, and I thought perhaps a little venture to the frontier might awaken a new passion for him. I thought it would do him some good as a friend, but I would not be the first of his friends to be betrayed, and I probably won't be his last if this is indeed his doing. Lionel Sterling is a brilliant man, and if he wanted me removed, I don't know if I would have the acumen to plot his course, what his end game is. That is what has made him so successful, is he makes moves that are laterally impossible to predict.
Why? What makes you say his name?
He's the only one who would have the power to do this.
I don't know. If something bad happens to a gazelle, I just assume they blame the lion, When there's a predator like that in the room, it's hard not to pin it on the big bad wolf.
Nestra doesn't seem like a gazelle to me, Vlyn.
Yes, but Lionel definitely seems like a big bad wolf.
Sure. Estrella, how do you rate your friendship with them?
I've known Wade for a while through, my upbringing, through the legal system, through corporate law, through corporate politics. I've dealt with Bryce Wade multiple times and in multiple different capacities. His investment into Dura Sancta is absolute. The amount of money he has sank into this already has been shocking.
Well, that's worrying.
It could be, yes, I agree. But for all intents and purposes, up until the incident, I was passing the council tests and approval ratings with flying colors. Wade personally recommended me for this position, and Wade is the one who was, instrumental in keeping me during some of the more challenging moments of our short history. And I hate to say it, but Wade paid me an extreme amount of money, which makes the embezzling make even less sense. I don't need essentially pocket change.
That's
when
fair.
Wade is funneling a significant amount of credits into my pocket already.
Well, that makes me trust you a little bit more. Now, have you been hearing what's happening outside your cell in general, but also specifically now? The sirens?
No, I'm pretty cut off. And you can tell that, like, in here, it's almost like soundproof. Like, you can't hear much.
I'm going to let you know some things that will distress you.
Yeah, please.
And I'm going to let you know these in the hopes that you'll see the seriousness of the things that we're investigating and that you will maybe plumb the depths of your knowledge for anything that might help. The bat got into town the other night and it killed someone.
She squints and says, "It's never done that before."
Yes, it had 4 bodies piled. We managed to fight it off, and before it left, it disemboweled one of them quite violently. Worrying, yes?
Yes, even when we have attempted to drive it back or chase it, it has never, it has reacted with violence, but in the same way that any animal would when you attempted to confront it.
Mm-hmm. Now, do those animals speak common?
Rarely. She chuckles.
Well, the bat does. Would you like to know that? The bat can speak common, and it can spell it out in burning acid on the mounds ringing the city, which it has done tonight. A simple message.
Yeah, her eyes narrow even, like, thinner.
Give girl.
Or die. Concise. To the point. What girl, Dinestra?
She sort of paces around again, and you can tell that, like, she's in deep thought. You've seen this Rolodex that she's done a couple of times. She's in like the fucking yellow pages now. She's like going through as many citizens as she can think of. And you can see her starting to grow like a little frustrated. And she says, a girl? No, I can't think of anyone that would refer to. I mean, I could list girls, but
helpful.
I don't. You can see again this mounting frustration, this uselessness, really starting to eat away at her. And she says, "No, I can't. There's no one of note that this would make any sense. No one has any ties to this creature, as far as I know."
I'm gonna ask my last tinfoil hat question. Is there a list of mysteries and unknowns and strange discoveries that the government is keeping from the people?
Give me a sense motive, both of you.
11.
My sense motive is not high, so it is 0. So we're praying to the dice. That's an 8.
There's a moment of hesitation from her, and then she says, "There are things on Dura Sancta that have garnered the interest of powerful people beyond the success of the settlement. And that is, I think, as diplomatic an answer as I can give you."
Well, if you ever want to be undiplomatic with that answer, we'll leave our card out front with Mr. Whiskers, with
Mr. Burroughs. Come on,
Burroughs.
Vlyn.
He's got a very handsome whiskers.
I don't call you biceps, do I?
That's true. They are all right.
She chuckles. Like there's a bit of relief there. You see her quite enjoy that exchange, and she says, "I appreciate you looking into this for me, and I do maintain my innocence despite also my admission of the act. If you have any other questions, I will be happy to answer them."
When are you gone? When are you being absconded with to Therum?
In 2 days. Technically 1 day.
Yeah, tomorrow.
Do you know of the existence of a large rock? Kinda looks like shape slate, round.
Big rock.
She says, "I mean, that sounds like a lot of rocks on Dura Sancta." She doesn't seem to know what you're talking about.
Also, that church weird, yes or no?
Church weird, yes or no?
Yes, church weird, yes or no?
She thinks again. She says, "I, as a public official, will not..."
You're not that anymore.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah, church is weird.
Church weird, yes, okay.
You see her once again sort of like break that. She says, "Church weird, but I don't think in a bad way, just in a unconventional way."
Okay.
It's strange that they claim that they are a church of Hylex, but also not a church of Hylex, but seem to use a lot of Hylex iconography, but also a bunch of iconography and rituals that I've never noticed or seen before.
The sea. They love the sea.
They do like the sea, but it's not just the sea. I found them in the dirt. I found them praising the sky. It seems
Just love this planet, I guess? Are they worshipping the planet? Is that it? Did they think this planet's a new god?
She nods and she says, "Yeah, if I were to guess, it seems like yes, the dogma of this new church is one of reverence to Dura Sancta itself."
Well, the Hylex and Shirans have been looking for a new home since the Hive manifested. So one appearing out of thin air, vacant, could be something they're invested in.
She nods and she says, "A lot of people have come to Casamal looking for a new home. And we know that has always been what Casamal is. So I can't fault a people for trying to turn Dura Sancta into that home. In fact, I think that's why we're all here."
Either way, Dinestro, I'm hoping tomorrow we can make something of what you told us, and I would love to come back here with good news for you, but I wish you the best either way. I truly believe you're innocent of your crimes, and if we can't change anything, I hope they're lenient with you. You've done a lot of good for the people here, and I hope that shines through.
2 questions. What was the last thing you remember before blank times?
I was finishing up some paperwork in my office, and she thanks and she says, there was music, and that's about it.
Music?
What type of music?
Was it your music?
I believe it was, I think it was, there's a janitor that sometimes listens to music while they're cleaning up. I was there late, so yeah, that's all I can.
What's this janitor's name?
She sort of looks embarrassed for a second. She says, "I actually do not know. I'm sorry. I usually pride myself in knowing my staff, but I did not take the time to learn the night cleaner's name.
Dinestra?
Maybe they wouldn't let you learn their name.
Is this a thing where you're just kind of a bit of a poop? Or is this a thing where it's nefarious and maybe that name was wiped?
She shrugs and just says, I don't think I would know one way or the other. But I will admit, I did not make much of an effort to learn their name.
Was that usual for you?
She, again, looks a little embarrassed and she says, there are times where I don't put a lot of priority on...
Yeah, the unimportant people. It's fine. We all do it.
She nods to that, but not proudly.
Yeah, it's totally normal. Okay. Second question. Did you know about Jade Snake Temple? Just that one's for me.
But yeah, the Snake Temple. Are you guys aware of the Snake Temple?
She like squints for a second. She says,
is that on the list that doesn't exist?
Are you talking about the Copper Cutlass's headquarters?
Yeah.
You knew about it?
We're aware of it, yes.
Crazy.
So there is a list.
Gotcha. All right. Goodbye.
She goes and sits back down on her cot and almost resumes like the exact same position that you found her in and just stares down back at her feet.
Okay, we have to leave the office. Well, thank you, Special Constable Burroughs.
He says, I'm glad you appreciate my whiskers.
Yeah, very handsome. Glad you were listening.
I'm sorry he was kind of weird and like reductive. You're not just your body part, beautiful as it may be.
No, but I was admiring the effort and care that goes into that, you know?
You give me a sense vote. Let's
11.
8.
With an 11, I think it's not hard to notice that has endeared him to you a little bit.
Good.
You can see that you are leaving this interaction with a positive between your really good diplomacy and the complimenting of his whiskers. Special Constable Burroughs seems to quite like you guys.
It is also crazy that as characters who are now detectives, how bad we are at sense motive.
Yeah, that's...
like, absolutely insane. The fun fact,
Yeah.
Dane did not tell us that we might end up as detectives when we built our characters. Not that our characters would be particularly good at anything.
Yeah, I'm good at diplomacy. I just tend to roll it very poorly for some reason.
Yeah.
I slip him our card and I say, just in case she wants to reach out, if that's all right. I don't know how many calls she gets and whatnot, but, you know.
I mean, she wouldn't be able to really use it, but I guess I'll hang on to it in case she does ask for you.
Appreciate it. You've been a gem.
He leans forward and you can hear him like typing quickly for a second, and you hear a softening of the sort of like whirring of technology behind the desk, and he leans forward and he says, between you and me, I appreciate what you're doing. I don't think Dinestra did this. A lot of us don't, but unfortunately the evidence and honestly her admission of doing it has made it hard to get around it.
Who's been down here breathing down your necks the hardest? Like, who's pushing this so aggressively, so quickly?
He looks around and he just says, I can't really talk too much.
No, it's okay. I don't want you to put yourself in any kind of position.
I'm just saying that you'll win a lot of friends getting Dinestra clear to this.
Do what we can. Thank you so much, Special Detective Burroughs.
It's been a genuine pleasure. Have a lovely night.
Yeah, you guys stay safe out there. Also,
Never.
If I can give you a little bit of good news, it looks like that creature has skedaddled back from whence it came. It seems like a stray, and my buddies have managed to scare it off.
Well, small victories.
That's all we can take.
Okay, we go outside. We have to get to that office, like, now.
Yeah, well, maybe they're still at the walls. Let's try to find this janitor, this mysterious musical janitor.
I want to roll a mysticism. Like, I'm assuming that, like, on mind control stuff, like, it's very rare for you to be able to do some kind of controlling effect of that nature from a distance. Like, I'm trying to lock down that the person who cast that spell was probably in the building that night, is what I'm trying to figure out. Does that make sense?
Okay. Sure. Give me a mysticism check, and we will see what you come up with.
17 on the dice for 23.
Okay.
I really just want to know that what are the chances that the person who, if it is a mind control spell, were in that building when it happened? Or
sure.
How powerful would someone have to be, like, you know?
You know that most mind control effect, most things in which you can make someone do a thing requires an auditory component. You know that usually things like command, things like dominate person, are pretty short range and require a verbal, like you have to deliver a message to them. So for someone to give direct like instructions, if you are to believe Dinestra, she was instructed to do a series of events, right? Like she was told to go there, take the money, put it in her account. You know that would require direction of some sort. So yes, you know that chances are that someone verbally communicated those instructions to her. And it would be difficult to do that not within proximity. Where would you like to go? What do you want to do?
We're going to go to that office, I think. I think we got to try to get in. We only have a day, so the timeline on this is quickly bumped up dramatically.
You are at the end of day 2. You have one day, and then the day that...
The next day is when she gone.
Yeah, which is also the day that the noise cave opens.
Yeah, worrying. Well, if they're trying to blow up this Therum shuttle that comes down.
Could be. Once again, I don't know why they want her dead. I don't get the benefit yet of what removing her. It doesn't make any sense. What do they gain?
Okay, look. Do you think Lionel did it? Why would he hire us to make sure that... Does he think we're so incompetent we'll bungle the whole operation?
What I feel is... I don't know if Lionel's behind it. I sort of have my doubts, but there could be something in this bigger scheme that whenever this happened is impacting something that Lionel wants to do now directly, maybe more so than they initially thought. So we're just in there to maybe help him on his end. I can't see him acting without his own interest in mind.
I could see him getting rid of her if Wade is investing so heavily. It's all a struggle at the top.
Yeah.
Every rich person is another rich person's worst enemy. Market share, any power someone else gains is power they want or they resent you having. I know for my father, anytime anyone else's victory was such a loss for him, whether or not he was involved.
Being so incredibly wealthy seems like such a pain in the ass.
Being poor is a pain in the ass. I can't even buy anything. I couldn't buy a car if I wanted to drive around. I don't even know how I would manage it. It would take me days of work, at least.
Things have changed now, but when we were raising the kids, we didn't have much. We made a big choice doing what we did back then and stepping away to raise the kids. And sure, things are much better now, but life was better. Like life was good. We had each other. But here, you've got this family of Lionel and the 2 kids all working against each other in ways or like independently of each other. It's I don't know. I hope my kids know better than to accuse each other of probably doing the mass murder.
Well, but wouldn't you want one of them to accuse the other were they to plan a mass murder?
That's true. I raised them better than that. I hope. I swear to God.
Maybe it just means he raised one well in terms of the not mass murdering and the telling upon the one to do the mass murder, and then the other one, whatever. There's always a dud. Which one's your dud? Come on.
I don't have
Vlyn,
a dud.
You've got a dud.
No.
Sense motive. 13.
Let me roll a dice.
Give me a bluff.
Natural 20, baby. Vlynnigan doesn't say nothing about his kids. He loves them all equally, and he means it, sort of.
Dad powers kick in.
Yeah. Hey, they're all different, and they've all have a lot to add to the world. That's all you ask, is that when you bring someone into being, you want them to add and make the world a better place.
Damn it, you're good, Vlyn.
All right, let's go track down a janitor.
Yeah.
Cool. You're going to the city hall, essentially?
Yeah, I think we're about to break into City Hall, which I don't know if that's a good idea, but here we are.
Give me a luck check.
Who wants to do it?
You go, bud. You go. I feel you're rolling hot.
15.
Perfect. As you are making your way to the city hall, you see the sort of like big double doors. They're glass. You can see inside, and through it you see a android buffing the floors, and he's got headphones in.
Amazing. Let's just get their attention.
I knock.
Let me do a little perception check. Let's see if he overhears music. He doesn't. You see as you knock on the glass door, he just keeps buffing. You can tell he's like rocking out. He's like singing.
Vlyn, we've got to play louder music than his music.
That's a terrible idea.
Then what's your option?
I check the door.
It is locked.
Okay.
Well done, Vlyn. You wiggled the door. We're so much closer.
But so this janitor here is listening to music on headphones.
Yes.
So there must have been someone different that night, or they did that with purpose.
Or maybe he listens to them really loud, which is why he can't hear us knock.
He's now like pushed his like buffer to the side, and he's now just straight like guitar soloing on a mop.
Yeah.
I knock again.
He's like, you, Vlyn. Do you have a light? I pull out my data pad and just like wave the light.
I need a roll from you guys. He's rolled 3 very bad perception checks.
What if I make my hand bright purple lightning and wave that around a little bit? Is that better than a data pad?
What roll do you guys want to do to see if you can get his attention? I'm trying to think.
Diplomacy? I was gonna do a profession DJ to try to make a loud noise that he would hear.
I guess, oh man. Okay. Are there like houses near us, or are we sort of in more of like a...
No, this is kind of like where you met with Jackal, where it's like everything in this area is kind of like shut down. It's kind of like if you're in the financial district after dark, where it's just like, it's a ghost town. It's these people
aren't here. A lot of the
here.
street cops are probably dealing with the thing. All right, let it rip.
I'm going to try to make a very bassy sound so that like, even if he doesn't hear it, he'll like feel it.
Feel it? Sure. Yeah. Give me a perception or a profession DJ.
18. Sorry, 20.
Oh, perfect. He stops for a second and kind of like looks around, and it's just sort of like
the glass doors are shaking.
Yeah, he looks over at the desk, the like pencil holder and like the receptionist sign is like like vibrating towards the edge, and he takes his headphones out and he looks at the two of you and he just goes like, just starts shrugging.
I raise up my ID in a way that it looks like I might be raising up a badge or something. I just like do it so he can't really see what it is and like put it against the door and then put it back down.
He squints and then just heads over to the doors and like pulls out this like long, just stacked ring of keys and sort of like quickly flicks through them until he finds the right one and unlocks the door and like cracks it open. He's like, yeah, what's up, guys?
Hey, really sorry. I'm Vlynnigan. That's Flitwick. We're investigating Dinestro, and something came to light that we wanted to get to the bottom because we don't want you being implicated.
No, we're here to make sure you're not getting implicated.
Why would I be implicated? I didn't do nothing.
What's your name? Dane! Dane doesn't like to learn the names of the unimportant people.
People just call me Hart, like the thump, you know?
Yeah, but like H-A-R-T?
H-A-R-T, yeah.
Yeah,
cool.
I figured, the way you said it. Look, were you the janitor the night that Dinestra committed her alleged crime?
I'm the janitor every night. I'm the night janitor.
Hell yes.
He keeps doing these like finger guns when he says that.
So
Hell
every
yes.
night?
Yeah.
That's what he said, Vlyn. He's not going to be here on the day.
Sorry, so the night like that all happened, were you listening to tunes? Jamming out?
Hell yeah, man. I'm always listening to tunes. I got music in my heart. Get it? Doesn't really mean anything.
Were you wearing a headset that night?
No, the fucking earbuds are like a new thing. I usually jam out loud. Like, I don't know if you know this. Get in here.
Yes.
And he opens the door and brings you in. And he just says, "You guys got you look like you got like you were making weird noises, right? You got a thing to make noise?"
We're both musicians.
Gigantic DJ deck / rifle, yes.
Jesus Christ. He's like, "What the fuck?" He says, "All right, well, like, I mean, don't shoot it, but like, just give it a wicka. You know what I mean? Like, make some noise."
26 DJ. I'm gonna try to. I didn't hear his music, did I?
No.
I tried to do something that just you can rock out to, like big drops, kind of like dubsteppy.
Yeah. When you do that, he points and he like enthusiastically points all over the place. He's like, "Hear that? The acoustics in this place kick ass. They're so good. You can hear like music no matter where you are in this building. It's just boom, 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 boom." And he like runs down the hall, like full sprints down the hall. He's like, "It kicks ass down here too," and he runs back up.
I do kick ass, thank you.
And he says, "It's just awesome. I usually just put my speaker on my little rolly cart, and it's just like I'm just like a mobile tunes man."
Hell yes, my boy.
That night, were you playing something new? Yeah.
Yes. Were you playing something new? Was there a issue with what you played? Did something weird come through? Do you remember said night in question?
He's like, yeah. I remember. That was the night that someone stole my speaker. That's why I'm listening on my buds.
And did your music cut off? It was in the middle of being played?
No, I mean, like it was like I had it that night, blasting my tunes, put it away in our like little cupboard thing. And when I came back the next night, it was gone. Sucked. Fucking sucked.
Did you
man.
leave before Dinestra?
He's thinking, he's like, unlikely. People, I mean, the building's empty now. So like, nah, she probably left before me.
And your music was unbroken all night?
Yeah.
Are androids immune to mind affecting effects?
No.
No?
Yeah, no. I think they get bonuses too.
Yeah, some.
Yeah.
Depending. Okay, so it's not like someone hacked the speaker and played something, because if they had, everyone would hear it and the music would probably stop.
But they stole the speaker, so they must have.
I know. Doesn't make sense.
We're missing something.
It was, I got it, it was like one of those promotional gifts. Like, I think we all got them, right?
Sorry?
Promotional gift, the speakers?
From the noise cave?
Yeah, man, when they did the whole like announcement of being like, we're coming, they sent out a bunch of speakers to everyone. Right?
And then yours went missing after that night.
I figured people were like, oh, it's limited edition, so like I want to scoop it, maybe sell it, like resell it, you know what I mean?
Well, it's
like
not
have
very
one for
limited
me.
if everyone got one.
Well, I mean, like it's limited in the sense that like the people who got the wave, and they weren't going to make any more, right? So like that's a limited run. So someone was like, well, I want to keep mine, but I want to sell another one, so I'm going to steal this one, keep mine, sell someone else's. That way you get to have your cake and eat it too, you know what I mean?
I do like cake. Have we heard of these? Like, is this a thing that got given out to everybody, or is this sus? Like, do we know? Because we didn't get one.
Yeah, I mean, that's pretty telling that you guys did not get one.
Where'd you get this? Did it just show up in your door? Because like we didn't get one, so I'm wondering, like, did they just give it out to like cool people, like almost
guys?
like influencers?
No, I mean, like from what I was told, everyone got one.
Who told you this?
It was just on the card of the box.
Do you have
like,
the card in the box?
Nah, probably not. I don't think so. Oh, actually, hold on. Yeah. Once again, he full sprints down the hall. You can hear like the footsteps. Once again, you can hear like that echo reverberate through this building. And then you hear the footsteps approaching not too long after. And it's like a little like almost like business card. And on one side, it says Noise Cave. And on the flip side, it says, so the tunes never have to stop.
Okay, I take pictures of both sides. I guess we haven't seen any writing from anybody, have we? Is it typed or written?
This is like printed. These are like printed like flyers. It seems like it would be given.
When did you receive this speaker?
Like a week ago.
So that's before that shipment, right?
Yes.
Okay. I wanted to make sure that those things in the pictures weren't actually like crazy mind control speakers and not bombs.
Yes, you know that like in terms of timeline, the speaker probably would have gotten here before everything else. Like he got the speaker before the announcement of the Noise Cave.
Yeah.
It seems like it was like a promotional gift ahead of time.
Okay.
Anything else weird you've noticed around here before we get out of your hair?
I mean, it's like, in my opinion, and I'm just like the guy, you know what I mean? Like, but it's weird that you'd be like, oh, this place needs a head of operations. And then the head of operations like disappears. And then they're like, just kidding. We don't need one. Haha. Because like, as long as Dinestra's been in prison, we haven't had anyone as head of operations. So like, that's weird, I think. Right? Like, why not put someone in that position? You know, like, why not have a head of operations if we needed one?
That's it. Like, what is a city without a head and a heart?
Oh, I see what you did there. Yeah, he daps you up again.
Hell yeah. Ow. Every time he does it, I'm like rubbing my hand. I'm so frail.
Unless someone's been doing it in the shadows, I feel like we're missing like 2 to 3 critical pieces of what's going on. And it's
always, Flynn, always. That's how we roll.
It's going to make my brain come out of my ears. Like,
Do you have CCTV footage of the theft? Because I think we could investigate this too for you. I want you to get your 6 speaker back.
I don't think so. I mean, I reported it stolen, but with everything going on, I don't think my speaker being stolen is top priority. But I don't know. I highly doubt they're monitoring the janitor's closet. You know what I mean?
Can we have a quick look at the janitor's closet to see where you sort of set up and hang out?
Yeah, hell yeah, man. I call it the heart cavity.
Nice. Should have called it the aorta.
Oh shit, yeah. No, that's like the hallways.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
Oh.
These are we in the veins right now.
Ooh.
And he begins like swimming.
Insane in the heart vein.
Doing like little like swimming motions as he goes through. It's not too far. It's just kind of like down the hall in this sort of like nondescript corner of this building. And he opens it up, and he's made some modifications in here. There's some posters. There's like a rug that's way too big for this, so it's like coming up on the edges of the wall. But like he's trying to make it like cozy. You can see that there's like two carts. There's one for the day person and one for the night person.
Under cart lighting, RGB.
His is definitely cooler, and you can tell that like his side, he's like tried to make his side of this like room his own. The other side is very clean and mundane and meticulous.
Does it have the kind of like ceiling where you can get up in it, like tile or anything? Like, is it something?
It does. It has like a drop ceiling, but yeah, it does.
I have another crazy tinfoil theory. Are you ready for this one, Flit?
Am I?
So, what if the speaker was a little droid and it stole itself?
Oh.
And then
I
went
like that.
through the roof to Dinestra's office, played the music, and maybe it's still up there right now.
Well, get up there and check, big boy.
I'm going to get up there and check.
As you do, Hart's like, oh, yeah, no, don't go up there. You can't go up there.
Hart, what have you stashed in the roof?
He's like, nothing, man. Like, there's nothing up there. It's just
Hart.
It's
alcohol, drugs,
Yeah.
Drugs.
No.
porn.
He's like, look, I just think
milk.
there's nothing. What?
Well, that's
It's
good.
the one thing that you've said that he doesn't seem to be guilty of.
I'm just going to poke my head up. I'm not going to go anywhere.
He's not going to take any, probably. He's a dad. He's old. It would kill him.
Yeah, you poke your head up, and it's all of it. There's like flasks, booze, little mini bottles of alcohol. There's little baggies of all sorts of nondescript stuff. There's magazines. There's a lot of stuff up there that you could tell probably shouldn't be up there, but there doesn't seem to be any way to like go anywhere else. This is just kind of like a drop ceiling in here.
That's because my cool robot drone idea is probably cooler than what you came up with, Dave.
Damn.
It is. I'm sorry.
You had to come for him.
Well, that's because I can't figure this out myself.
Well, okay, look, and I don't mean to throw shade, but who's this other janitor? They seem kind of like a stick in the mud.
I've actually never met the guy. He leaves before I get in.
Because he has access to your haven here, to the cavity. So maybe he took the speaker, or they, or she, or whomever.
It would be weird, man. Like, why do it after like a couple days of having it? Like, if he wanted, he could have taken it whenever, right?
Well, that's not a question to me. I feel like I know exactly why. But who are they? Where can we find them? What do you know of them? Name, address,
again,
picture.
like I don't know any of these things, man. Like I've never met the guy, so maybe coming back during the day and look for him.
That's fair.
Okay, that makes sense. Yeah,
but first, maybe we should check Dinestra's office.
I don't know if I can let you in there, guys. Like, you guys probably shouldn't even be in here. It's a municipal building.
Just like how that booze and drugs shouldn't be up there.
Really, dude? You're gonna do me like
hey,
that?
man, we
you're gonna
both have stuff.
You're gonna do me like that?
We both have stuff we need to get done here.
You're gonna do that?
We're on a time crunch.
Vlyn, you're gonna do Hart like that?
Okay, I won't do your hair like that, Hart. I'm sorry. I'm not really a bad guy.
I look at you.
Oh, never mind. I am going to do that. I'm the bad guy.
Vlyn,
in this
you
situation.
idiot, you asshole. Why would you do this?
I'm the bad guy. I'm a dad. Time out.
He looks at you and he goes, "He's just like my dad, man."
Yeah, I get that a lot.
Fine, come. Hey, just come. And his whole demeanor has changed. He seems pretty pissed.
I telepathy in your head. I'm like, why did I have to be the bad guy?
You said it first, Vlyn.
I know, but you were thinking it.
You don't know. You can't read minds. I know that about Sharon. And it's actually a harmful stereotype to perpetuate. Vlyn.
He opens Dinestra's office and opens it for you.
Okay, perception checks, obviously.
Perception check. Fucking that one.
Do you have any magic dice saved up there, bud?
I don't think that's a thing I have. Oh, I do. Yeah, you know what? I will. Actually, no, I don't think this will
23.
harm.
23.
I'm just going to leave it. I think I'm trying to be friends with Hart. I don't know why. I'm trying so hard to be like the cool one. I'm like, I don't know why he did that. I didn't know he was a narc. I'm cool though.
Hart is pretty much just shut down. He's just like got his arms crossed and just like pouting in the doorway. And he's like, just make it quick. Fuck. Yeah, you had a 23, Vlyn. You start sort of like just scanning the room and rummaging around, and you open one of the drawers, and inside you see a small round object, not unlike the ones that you saw in the copper cutlass shipment.
Oh no! Hey, Hart,
So
is this
I
your
don't
speaker?
know. Like, I didn't think he would do that. And again, like, I would totally
Hey,
indulge with
Hart,
you,
can you
if you ever
describe- hey,
wanted to. I have
focus,
something of
Flit.
my own. What?
Flit? Hey, Hart, what did that speaker look like, if you don't mind me asking?
It's like a little round guy, little
Okay.
light in the middle.
I describe it bit for bit to him.
Once you said it, his like eyes light up and he runs over and he picks it up. He's like, "Fuck yeah, this is my
Wait, wait,
speaker,
wait,
bro."
No, don't touch that. It's evidence, one, and put it down gently, slowly.
But yeah, it's evidence of my speaker.
It's evidence of other things. Put it down hard.
And he's like, "Why, guys? I don't think you understand how cool this thing." And he presses the button in the middle, and the red light turns on. And when it does, the music starts blasting out of it. But the music is this like really good techno music that you've heard earlier before at the Noise Cave grand opening announcement from the fake DJ Flutterboy. Except this time there's a woman singing along to it, but it sounds real weird. And you realize that the voice and the woman on the track is Cleo Sterling.